Well, there isn't an organized right campaign to destroy freedom of speech. There isn't.
That's correct.
But
Yes, exactly.
there is an organized left-wing campaign to destroy. Look what's happening on college campuses. You know better than anyone else. All right? We have to
Yeah,
have an
that's
executive
right.
order
Yeah.
signed by the President of the United States demanding that
Yes.
colleges allow free speech on a campus. An executive order signed by the President has to demand that. That's where we are.
That's right. Well, it's to the president's credit, I have to say. He's a fighter too. Let's not forget it. The president of that's why they hate him. They don't hate him because he had an infidelity or 2 infidelities or 3 infidelities or 100. They don't. That is irrelevant. They hate him because he fights them, and that's very rare on our side. Very, very rare.
So, do you see any group forming in this country to alert sponsors who fold to the boycott threats that if you fold, we're going to get out that you did? And every traditional and conservative American is going to know Mercedes-Benz or whatever it is giving into the totalitarian left. Do you think that's possible?
I don't think it's possible, and I'll tell you why. The vast majority of non-leftists have a full life. They have a life to live. Their life is not politics. The life of a leftist is politics. That is it. That fills the void. Every leftist has a deep void. The vast majority have no religion. They fill that void with leftism, whatever the leftist movement may be. So they live this stuff 24/7. We don't. We have a happy life. We're much happier than them. I'm not interested in politics. I'm interested in politics just to stop the left from bothering me. Our motto, conservatives' motto is, please leave us alone. Their motto is, we want to control you. Between those two, the people who want to control you are much more active than the people who want to be left alone. They have an intrinsic advantage when it comes to activism.
But Dennis, if what you say is true, that there is not going to be any organization that rises up to fight these people, eventually these people are going to win because they're going to destroy every single human being that opposes them. You
Correct.
can see it.
We have organizations. We don't have one large one. I thought you were asking about one large one.
Yeah, but that's what you
there are
need.
wonderful. Okay, now you're right. Well, look, in the meantime, Donald Trump won, correct?
Well, he won, but that's a whole different reason why he won, because I'm writing a Trump book now, and when you read it, you'll understand exactly why he won. But it had nothing to do with totalitarianism. It had to do with disenchantment on the part of 63 million Americans, all right? Not totalitarianism. This threat, with social media now being the instrument of delivery, this threat, okay, can change this country. One of the reasons, Dennis, that the Democratic Party and the progressive left wants open borders is so they can flood Texas with migrants and turn it blue. Just as we discussed at the top of it. They saw they could do it in Nevada, they're doing it in Arizona. California's gone, where you live, gone, never coming back, okay? Remember, Ronald Reagan was a 2-term governor in California. That'll never happen again. And they want to flood the zone in Texas with as many migrants as possible to turn it blue. They get Texas combined with Illinois, New York, and California. They control the country. And that's that.
That's right.
And that's what's happening.
You're right. Yes. I couldn't agree with you more. I will. My hope is that the Prager University lawsuit goes to the Supreme Court. They're going to have hearings on this again with Ted Cruz next week in Washington. My hope is we're not the only organization. We are gigantic, but not in the sense that you're talking about an umbrella for everybody. But if we prevail in the Supreme Court, because they suppressed 100 of our videos are on YouTube has placed on the restricted list.
Right.
Victor Davis Hanson, giving a video on the history of the Korean War in 5 minutes. That is lumped with pornography on Google, which owns YouTube. to give you an idea
Unbelievable.
of how sick it is.
Right.
Yes.
Well, I'm glad you're
Unbelievable.
doing this, and that's a first step to fighting the totalitarians who would.
But you're right. It is totalitarian. People need to understand that.
That's what it is. But I'm hoping that someone somewhere with a lot of money, a billionaire, conservative or traditionalist, starts an organization that can saddle on up to these companies, these cowardly companies, and say, if you pull your sponsorship because some progressive threatened you with a boycott, we're going to do that. And you're going to
That's right.
suffer. That's how I won the war on Christmas, Dennis. I don't know whether you remember, but when the companies started to order their employees not to say Merry Christmas, I put them on television. All right? And that stopped real fast.
That's right.
So you can do it,
You're right.
but it takes a lot of resources and a lot of guts. Dennis, always a pleasure. Keep us
Right.
posted on the lawsuit.
You
We'll have
too.
you back in a few weeks, and good luck.
Thank you.
Godspeed. All right.